Hey everyone, just want to show you the setup of the Vego Garden bed. I'll be installing it this weekend. This is the box it comes in. It weighs, I don't know, roughly 20 pounds or so. So not a huge box, not super heavy. Each panel comes separately in there, and then it comes with this edging, which is like really solid kind of rubberized edging for the top edge once it's all complete. All of the washers and bolts and screws that you need, which I'm going to separate these out. There are 3 or 4 different kinds. They have caps like this for the top 2 rows, and then the bottom 2 rows are just kind of standard because they're usually under the soil. It does come with this little wrench, which last fall I did part of the tightening job with this little socket wrench, but it took forever. I finally went and got this. I have a little ratcheting wrench from downstairs, and that went a lot faster. Once I did that, you'll also need a Phillips screwdriver, and then I just found that tightening it up went a lot faster as well with my power drill. So I have that all ready. So you can see this ball is all of the plastic coating that I've removed from each of the panels. It's kind of stuck on here. I left the last one kind of halfway done. You can see it's a little bit hard to pull, but not too bad. I mean, taking out all of that took me about 5 minutes from all of these panels. It's harder to pull from the inside, I'm guessing, because it's more glossy versus the outside color of the panel, colorful part. It was way easier to pull off. So just make sure you take off all the plastic first, and then there are instructions included on how to start assembling. And they have a bunch of different designs that each one can do as long as you're looking to make something with 4 corners. You can buy extension kits and extra corners and kind of custom make them your own bed how you want. They have a bunch of different shapes on Vego Garden. That's why I was kind of looking between that and Birdie's. I liked Vego Garden because they had a bunch of color options. I really like this dark green, and they've added even more colors since then. They have 4 original colors. And I liked they had a lot more options for configuring the beds, and I liked they were 17 inches high. The Birdies are a little bit shorter. I want to say maybe 14 inches or 13, something like that. So I liked that little bit of height just to make it more comfortable reaching in there and gardening. So I will pause here and get everything set up and then show you as best I can once I start assembling. The other thing I did, you can do it right in the grass or whatever, mulch. I decided to lay down a tarp because last fall when I dropped every now and then. They do have extra pieces, but when I would drop like a little part, a washer or anything, sometimes it was kind of hard to find. It got a little bit lost in the grass, and I think I lost one that might still be out here somewhere. But so I just decided to lay down a tarp and do it on top of the tarp this time, just to make it a little bit easier to find anything that I drop. And then I have my kneeling pad. I really like these. I get them from Home Depot. The Husky ones, they're nice and thick, and they're pretty big. They're good size. And they're cheap. I think this one I got around Black Friday, and it was like $10. So this was from last year. I used it all last summer. They do wear out, and they get punched through. Like I always have spruce needles and stuff going through them, but they last at least several years with really heavy use. And I bought a fresh one for this year. So anyway, I'll show you more once I get it a little more assembled. All right, I got all the different pieces assembled. The directions say first connect the 2 straight pieces that are going to be the sides, at least for the configuration I'm doing, and then connect the corner pieces to sort of that middle other straight piece. And now all I have to do is 4 more rows of screwing these in to put the whole thing together. It's just a little bit fiddly. You can see I separated the 4 different pieces into different containers to make it easier to sort through. And then the top 2 have this cap because they're exposed, whereas everything down below doesn't, because it's below the soil level. And so once I assemble it, I mostly tighten everything up with a ratcheting socket wrench, but then I will go through with a screwdriver again and really tighten everything up very securely once I have it all completely assembled. And then that's it. Tomorrow we are going to, there's the cat, the feral cat. She's not as nervous around me anymore because I don't chase after her, and she knows it. So tomorrow it is going to go where this gray one is. So I just have to dig that out. We have to level the new one and line it up with its twin over there. And then I've saved the perennials that I've cut back, all the cuttings from those in a bag, along with some logs, some small logs that I had from a neighbor's tree that was cut down. That'll go in the bottom. Put that soil back in, and then I'll have to top off. I'll have to pick up some more garden soil or raised bed mix. Probably get it from Home Depot. So yeah, so very simple. One person can do it. It's a little bit fiddly, but if you have the right tools, it goes faster. I just want to show you too. I had one daffodil open, and I'll probably get a few more this week. But right now, I got that one cheerful guy. So very happy. All right, I'll do another quick video once I have it all assembled. So I'll check back then. All right, it is all assembled, tightened, all the bolts, cap nuts are all, the top 2 rows. I had a few extra bolts, washers, and 1 cap nut, but no extra standard nuts. So I am glad, they're kind of fiddly, so I am really glad this time it went a lot faster having the tarp down, because I did drop them, and then I could kind of set out what I needed to. So I highly recommend, if you assemble anything like this, do it on top of a tarp. So, yay, I'm excited to get this in tomorrow, and it's going to be a beautiful weekend. So we'll check back in tomorrow. All right, the new bed is in the ground, or in place. This is the raised bed mix that I got from Home Depot. I've had good luck with this before. And it's pretty cost effective. At least at my store, it's $10 for 2 cubic feet, which is pretty good. And here's the new bed. I still have to put at least 2 more bags in there. I've put in 2 already. At the bottom are logs and cuttings from my perennials, and then topped with the old soil from the old bed. But this is all leveled out here on this kind of sloping yard. So I am excited. They are further apart than the other beds were, but I really want to do 2 round beds kind of in between them. Have like a strawberry bed, and then, I don't know, just another round bed or something. It's all still in the works. So I have all my carts and wheelbarrows out. And this is the old garden bed. I think I'll leave it out because we're supposed to get some rain this week. I don't have any hoses hooked up yet. But I'll knock some of that soil off of it, and then hopefully some of the rain can help wash those a little bit more clean. So these were pretty good though. I mean, those have been in the ground for 5 years. They're not rusty. And they were $40 at Menards if you are in a state or area that has Menards. stores. I think I did see in the weekly ad, at least in my area, that they were on sale for $40 this week too, or maybe with rebate or something, they come down to $40 each. So that was pretty cost effective for a nice metal bed. I think they're about, I want to say they were about 3 feet by 4 feet. Seems right. So, yeah. Another bloom opened up, and I can see I'm about to have 2 more. So that's exciting. And it is very windy. I'm sure you can hear the wind. So, yep, update since the last portion of the video when I assembled the bed. And then the Kellogg Organics raised bed mix is good. I really do like the Espoma raised bed mix. I have used that before. It is really high quality, but that's usually only about maybe 1 cubic foot, 1.5. And the cheapest I can find it is $15. So this is definitely a cheaper option. So thank you so much for watching. Oh, you know what? Pause. I'm going to run up front real quick because I have the hellebores in bloom. Okay, before I show the hellebore, I forgot I hadn't applied the edging yet. So these beds also come with this rubberized edging, and I think it has metal in there as well, embedded. So it's kind of fiddly. You go around and pop it on. The only part that's a little hard is right here. You can see it's wider where the 2 overlap. But it's not, you just kind of have to fiddle with it a little bit and get it on there. It's easy to go, and you can see there is a little bit of extra. I'll probably leave it on here for a couple days, a couple weeks, who knows when I get to it, before I cut it. I did that with this one here, and they have separated slightly, so I guess maybe I'll cut it a little bit. It's a little extra room on this one, but you have extra, so you can always, if a piece of it deteriorates or something happens, you have a little bit of extra to patch a gap in there, and then you can buy this on its own too from Vego Garden, so if you ever have to replace the edge. But that makes it nice because then you don't have these sharp little corners to get caught on. It's more comfortable for your hand than just the edge of the bed. The only thing the drawback of this style bed versus my old bed is that the lip is really narrow, so it's harder you still can lean, and it's very sturdy. But my old bed, I used to really lean on the edge a lot, which was nice because it was pretty thick. It was about 1 inch wide. So that was the one drawback that I knew buying these beds that would be something I would miss, is having the thick edge. But it is actually very comfortable. So, and the height is much more comfortable too when kneeling to be able to reach across. So, all right, back to the hellebore. So these are the violas I planted. I went and got six packs from Menards this week. And then the Creeping Jenny in this box is coming back up. It didn't do so well on the other sides, but I'm not worried about it. That's really hardy perennial. I did cut back a bunch of things. I cut back the carex. Most things that needed cutting back. But this is the hellebore. This is a variety with down-facing blooms. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's sort of buttery yellow with the burgundy purple center. I just love these, and it is completely chock full of buds. So we're going to have plenty more blooms. Hellebores bloom for a long time, and their blooms kind of fade. Well, this one, it fades to like sort of a, limey green color, and they hold their blooms for most of the summer. So that is all. Just wanted to share my other spring blooms. This time last year, because this area is in shade, it was still completely covered in snow 1 year ago today. So this is quite a ways ahead of where we were last year. So hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe.